Good, beautiful morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, December the 28th, 2022, according to the existing calendar. We are fascinated to be here today. I've got the energy of Archangel Michael with me today. It's funny, a lot of people will call me Michael. He's been with me that I know of since I was around 5 years of age. And it's quite amazing, the energy of archangels and guides, ascended masters that we all have access to. How to release old lifetimes of energy. Good morning, TikTok. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. It is an interesting time. With this show, this is a live show, so there's nothing pre-recorded or pre-made or prefabricated. These are channeled messages for all of us to hear and listen and learn from. Michael says, we don't use unnecessary means of trying to fascinate you. The truth does not require one to be fascinated by it for one to be able to grow through it. We don't have big music. We don't have a loud introduction to fascinate and mesmerize people. That's not what it's about. They're here to give us knowledge and information that allows us to transcend the personality that we've been struggling with for some of us for many lifetimes, right? Good morning, guys. Who have we got coming in here today? We're just going to wait a few minutes before we get into. Good morning, Hassan. Good to see you. Hey, Christopher. Hi, Marigold. Hi, Diane. Good to see you. So yeah, we are at this very wonderful place in human collective unconsciousness where we have the opportunity to literally break away from our past repeated suffering. That's the big movement right now, is Ascension. It's a movement in our consciousness that must be undertaken deliberately. We have to literally be conscious of how to let go of our suffering. We don't need to suffer anymore. That's an illusion. The idea of having to suffer is an illusion. Hello, Rue. Good to see you. Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you this morning. Hello on TikTok. Who have we got coming in here? Hi, Buzzy. How you doing? Hi, Suzanne. Good to see you. Hi, guys. Hi, Indy. Hi there. It is such a wonderful time as we draw to a close this year, this Annam event this year. And we look forward to seeing what's going to happen in the coming year as a result of what we have been doing in the last year, individually and collectively. Because what we're witnessing is literally the collective unconsciousness of humanity. It's not one political leader or one religious leader or one innovator that's creating the human collective experience. It's all of us. All of us are creating this collective human experience. Hello, Silver King. Good to see you today. Hello, Michelle. Good to see you too. Archangel Michael said it's really important you understand how to let go of old lifetimes of energy. We're going to get into that a little bit more. We're just going to give a few more people a chance to get in here. So for those of you that are new here, my name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium. Hello, Andrea. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And by spiritual medium, I mean I've learned how to open up other senses that are not physically based to acquire information, wisdom, and knowledge from other levels of consciousness, and I can bring that down through. And believe me, I'm not special in this regard. Anybody can learn to do this. You have access to information beyond what you've been taught by this world. It's so important you come to an understanding of that. People are struggling not because they want to struggle, but because they're stuck with this localized piece of information called a personality. And we think that that's all there is to us. And it's not. Who you've been taught to think you are is not the whole of the beautiful you that you are. Please understand that. There's a you that is so far beyond what you think. And it's true. You are beyond what you think because you can observe your thoughts, right? Anyway, all these guides and angels, ascended masters, multidimensional beings, galactic federation, the Pleiadians, all these different beings from different dimensions are converging here to give humanity an opportunity to avail themselves of information beyond what we've been experiencing historically, to liberate ourselves from the past, to begin to create a society, a social, geopolitical system, an economic system based on the function of love and not the function of fear, control, and power, which we've been doing for over 72,000 years. You'd think we'd be sick of it right now, eh? Repeating the same old mistakes over and over and over again, individually and collectively. Well, this time it's going to be a little different because the energies are way higher than they've ever been before. Ascension energies are a real thing. Please understand that. These are vibrational frequencies that are being imparted into the physical time and space of this physical dimension, altering and changing DNA, altering and changing the frequency of mind, the information that's coming available to us. This is a real thing. And you can elevate your consciousness with this energy, or you can lower your consciousness from this energy. Yes, I will. He's just telling me that it's important you understand the difference between who you are as a being that is present right now versus a being that believes you are bound to a past or a future past or a present past. It's important you learn to distinguish who you are from the conditions that you've been trained to believe you exist in. It's important you learn to distinguish who you are from the conditions of thinking and believing you've been trained into believing you exist in. It's really important to make that distinction, that you are not your past. Information in your mind may be from your past, but you're not the information. You're not the information in your head. You're a soul. You're an awareness, this exquisitely divine entity that is able to differentiate between your thoughts. You're able to differentiate between you and your emotions. You can differentiate between you and your biology. And when you begin that process, realizing, I'm not my thoughts. I'm not these emotions. I'm not this body. I have these things. He says, when you begin to make that level of perception a reality for yourself, you can then begin to move into the position where you'll surrender subjectivity to external authorities that would seek to control and manipulate you, and restore yourself to the process of learning from verifiable, provable, experiential information. You can do that. You can learn from provable, experiential information. Good morning, guys. Hello, Melody. Good to see you. So how to release, I know, he says it's really, really easy to actually release yourself from old lifetimes of emotion and memory, because he says in our DNA, and they all say the same thing, our DNA is a system of information, of memory, but it's not who we are. It's information that's been carried forward for many generations through the DNA. It's what DNA is. Modern science recognizes that DNA is hereditary information. Although, yes, he says your medical scientists tend to say that this is only exclusive to how your body is, but this is not true. Information that is inherited in your genetic system also includes thoughts, memories, and emotions that come down through your ancestral lines, and that you may remain subjective to that information and therefore perpetuate generations of difficulty and unnecessary suffering. Or you can learn a process of surrendering yourself from subjectivity to memory. That does not mean that memory does not have a value, but that memory should not be used as the sole function of learning to determine what is true, what is false, what is real, what is not real. That is something that you, as a soul awakening, can learn to do. As a soul awakening, you can learn to do this. I'm just asking, what does he mean by a soul awakening? He's saying that a soul awakening is that individual that begins to recognize that thoughts, memories, and emotions are not who you are. That thoughts, memories, and emotions are the information that form the composite condition of what you call your personality. And that in the position of being aware that you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you move into a position of creativity where you can begin to assert a deliberate and intentional influence over the creative process in your mind, which in turn alters and affects the energies that you develop to function creatively in this physical dimension. thought structures emotional energy. And you are going to be hearing this message more and more and more, so that you do not remain subjective to what others tell you, that you cannot change your thoughts, that you cannot change your emotions, that you cannot change the physical organism to function more effectively for you. To come to the understanding that the body that you have is the body that you have, but that your consciousness, the information, your awareness, and memory can be coordinated by you, the awareness, to affect profound and meaningful changes in how you experience this physical dimension, how you experience the dimensions of energy, which is emotion. Emotion is a dimension of energy that you utilize in manufacturing your experience of time and space. And that there's no one individual in this creative process of this physical dimension that is responsible for the overall existing conditions of humanity. This is a collective joint venture. All of you are engaged in this collective creation, and you may accept and reject any belief or ideology you want to, but what you would choose to accept or reject will prove to be a result of experience. For you cannot have an emotion connected to a thought or an idea that will not produce a condition. All thoughts, when they generate an emotion, produce a condition that you experience. And each and every one of you has the ability to alter and change your attentions, what thoughts you will think, what emotions you'll generate. So to quite simply answer your question, how do you release many lifetimes of emotion? You begin with the lifetime you are conscious in, which is here and now. You begin here and now to identify the emotional qualities that do not serve you now. You must understand whatever emotional quality you have at this moment is and will be connected to those moments which preceded it. When you liberate yourself from an emotional quality that is not supportive of your experiential creation, when you release those emotions, you begin to disengage, you begin to break the connection energetically to the subjectivity your past lives have over your present life. It is the connection in energy that binds you to all points of time and space and the experiences that are connected to a particular emotional energy. The vibration of love will connect you to lifetimes of experience, moments of experience in this lifetime as well, that will be connected to that frequency, as there will be vibrations connected to anxiety and fear and excitement that are connected to other lifetimes. But to surrender, to deliberately understand how to surrender your attachment to an emotion is what I wanted you to understand today. How do you actually surrender an attachment to an emotion? And the very simple answer I have for all of you is to take your attention away from the emotion. Now, an emotion, if it has been around you for many lifetimes and you've carried that forward as memory through your system of biology, then you may understand that some emotions will have more energy, some emotions will have less energy. If the emotion has more energy, it's most likely that it's connected to more previous experiential moments that were causative to that emotional energy. But the moment you pull your attention away from an emotion, you begin to break the attachment that you have to it. The minute you can move your attention away from fear or anger or depression, you move your attention away from that energy and you place your attention on something more dynamic and exciting. Then the connection between the old is liberated as you move your attention to the new. To generate a new emotional possibility is a function of your will, that you can consider an idea that would generate an emotion that would allow you to depart from old energies, which are old emotions in this context. The moment you can creatively generate an idea that I am vibrant, you create an energy with just those words I am vibrant creates an energy. Can you feel that? Can you do that right now? Can you consider that possibility that I am vibrant? Consider that and feel the vibration that you generate as a product of those words in that thought form. And the generation of that new energy begins a process of creation that begins to allow you to differentiate from old emotions, from other lifetimes, and even from the lifetime you're in right now. The moment you can deliberately generate a new emotional energy and keep your attention upon it, then the old system of energy no longer receives your energy. Your attention is your energy. And when it no longer receives energy, it begins to recede. It's taking the volume out of it. It's turning down. It's dimming that old emotion as you pull your attention away from it. And you increase the energy on the new emotion as you consider that you are vibrant and you are dynamic and you are unique and you are beautiful and you're intelligent. It does not matter whether your past emotions believe that is true or not. If you give full attention to a new idea, a new thought form, it creates an energy. And when you learn to know that you can create an energy by giving an idea attention, then you move away from being subjective to the ideas of others, your so-called leaders and your so-called media systems that want to elevate you with fear and uncertainty. You can surrender your attachment to them because then you can generate your own emotional energy. You do not have to let somebody else generate fear for you or anger for you. You can generate your own joy, your own possibilities. Even the idea that there are new possibilities creates an energy for you. And so this is the simple process to begin to release old emotions from past lifetimes, to begin to learn that you can take your attention off old emotions and create new emotions. And when you begin to experience your own causative ability to do this, to consider, I am joy, to consider that thought for yourself, I am joy, the very nature of considering that thought generates an energy. And when you generate an energy, you gain an experience of creation, your ability to affect creation by generating a new energy. As you learn to generate a new energy, then the older energies begin to lose the feeding of your energy that kept them alive. For your attention keeps certain qualities, certain thoughts alive. Your attention does this. Your attention keeps certain emotional qualities alive. And your attention can give new qualities a birth. So you could let the old die and give life to the new, to the possibilities of your own wonder. Do not let the world around you continue to define you. How then can you know who you are if you cannot learn to define yourself? Be mindful for what you will give your attentions to, for what you will give your attentions to will be a matter of creation. You can give your attention to joy and you can give your attention to suffering. You can give your attention to anything and you will give it life. Your attention is life. Your attention is life. And please understand that that is what your attention is. Your attention is life. So if you wish to release yourself from old emotions, learn to understand the process of giving attention to new possibilities, new ideas, new concepts about yourself. If you think you are not so good, then take your attention with that and think about the possibility, I can become amazing. Even that thought, I can become amazing. Even that thought will create an energy. And if you pay close attention, and if you are paying close attention now to that thought, I can become something amazing. If you give that thought attention and you feel what that thought generates, then you'll begin to reconnect to your own creative mechanism of manifestation, of working with energy deliberately and intentionally. Now, this will afford you the opportunity to begin to remember your true nature as a spiritual entity, a spirit of universal light, soul, S-O-U-L. That's what you are, a spirit of universal light, or some will say spirit of universal love, that has the capacity to create many wondrous conditions as a function of your consciousness. And today I simply came to remind you that that is the truth, for there are many that will compete for your attention to have you suffer, that they may provide you relief from your suffering, and now you're enslaved to them because they will tell you they will relieve you of your suffering. No, you must learn to relieve yourself of your suffering by understanding certain fundamental and simple principles of who and what you are as a spiritual entity, working through a medium of energy called thought and emotion and matter. Those are the mediums of energy that you work with as a spiritual entity. You work with thought, which alters and changes energy, which interacts with a medium of matter, time, and space. Why do you think all of your cities and your technologies have evolved so quickly these last few hundred years? Because you've learned to give attention to different thoughts that create different energies, that create different action impetuses through your body. And so your body does what your thinking thinks and your emotions feel. You cannot separate thought and emotion and matter. They are integrated together, designed by nature to work so that you learn the fundamental process of creation. But understand your attention is far more powerful than you realize. Be mindful to what and to whom you give your attentions. For what you shall give attention to, you shall give birth to in your life. Give your attention to possibilities. Give your attention to joy, to love, to patience, to compassion, to kindness. Give your attention to those things that will elevate you: prosperity, possibility. Give attention to ideas that will raise you up, and turn your attentions away from any that would turn and tell you to think about your suffering and how you must have to suffer. Turn your attention away from that nonsense, unless you, of course, you may choose to suffer if you wish. None of us will stop you from choosing to suffer, but we will certainly do everything in our power to encourage you to surrender the idea that suffering is necessary for you. Thank you. So I hope you guys are getting that this possibility of being able to, that being able to do a function of creation by giving your attention to things that really, really matter to you, learning to give your attention to thoughts that empower you, that create emotions that empower you. It's very simple. I love the simplicity of it. Hi, Alicia. Good to see you. Hi, Hassan. Hi, guys. Oh, you're very welcome. Yes, this is gold. This really is gold. Thank you so much, Eduardo. I appreciate that. I don't know who this is. Do I want anything? Where we go here? There we go. So yeah, so we got this wonderful process that we're happening in this lifetime right now. And you have a really good opportunity to liberate yourself from needless suffering. Hi, welcome. Yeah. Wonderful. For those of you that are new here, take a moment. You might want to share this video out with other people. If you're on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, share this information with people. We're at this time of ascension. And I hope you guys understand that multidimensional beings exist. Okay? Angels exist. Archangels exist. Ascended masters exist. Dimensional beings exist. And when you can understand the fundamental mechanism of how your awareness works, you can literally learn to open your consciousness to different dimensions of information that is not available to the 5th century personality. The information that's available in this world is the information that's available in this world. All new ideas come into this dimension. Yes, they're just telling me that all ideas come into this dimension from other realms of consciousness. New ideas don't come from the physical world. New ideas come from another dimension of consciousness. You know, you guys like Nikola Tesla or Thomas Edison, other great innovators and creators, would meditate or get information downloaded into their consciousness, they had learned to access other dimensions. And anybody here in this physical dimension can learn to do that too. You can learn to access other dimensions of information. And if you want to know more about how to do that, you can go to my website and check out some of our upcoming programs that will be begin next year. Go check that out. Questions. Hi. Question from Hassan. How to make your will made of steel? This is a question for Archangel Michael, the master of willpower. How to make, he says, just simply understanding that you have the capacity to place your attention wherever you would will it to be and keep it there. Why do you go back and forth from one to another, like a monkey swinging from branch to branch? No, keep your attention on what you wish to be. Keep your attention on the thought, on the energy that you wish to be. All thought creates an energy. The single thought of the word joy, even the vibration of the word joy, if you keep your attention on that word, will begin to give you the experiential understanding that you do indeed generate energy by what you place your attention upon. And even the word compassion generates an energy. And if you become aware of the energy that you can generate with your attention on a particular idea or thought, then you'll move into the realm of understanding that you are a creating intelligence. And therefore you can create energy that will let you produce very different conditions in your experience while in this physical dimension. Wow. Thank you for that question, Hassan. Really appreciate it. Wow. Love that. Question from Vertical Connection. My mother is not well. I want to tell her that I love her no matter what happened. Can I please have a message from the higher self of my mother? This is so fun. I love this because they always, at this level of their higher self, they always feel joy because they're not connected to the personality the same way. Yes. Yes. She's saying, just be in joy with me. Just be in joy with me. Do not think of me as suffering when I'm on the process of becoming free. Do not give me suffering. Yes. Do not mourn. Rejoice. For I get free of this. She's saying something about a daffodil. I don't know what it is, but daffodils. She's something about she wants make sure there's daffodils. Again, I don't know what she's meaning by that, but she's saying make sure there's daffodils. She loves daffodils. She wants daffodils. I don't know why, but that's what she's saying. But when people start to differentiate between the personality that they've been given and they start to awaken to who they are, and you don't have to wait until you don't have to leave the body to learn how incredible you are. You do not have to leave your body to discover how incredible you are. You can do it right now. You can begin to realize you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker. You are not the emotions. You are the feeler. You can begin a process of articulating thoughts as a function of creation and generate emotions that will give you the familiarity with your freedom as a creating intelligence. By nature, as a creating intelligence, you are free by nature. You are free by nature when you recognize you are a creating intelligence and that the mechanisms of thought help you in the process of facilitating certain qualities of energy that allow your physical entity to perform actions of creation through these mediums of thought and energy, which is emotion. Wow. Thank you. They always, a lot of people when they're leaving their bodies or they've left their bodies, there's so much joy because they're not bound by the personality construct the way they were while they were in the body. But you don't have to wait until you leave the body to get that freedom. You can literally get that freedom by recognizing you're not your thoughts. You're not your emotions. You are a thinking soul, a spiritual entity that can deliberately alter, add, edit, delete new thoughts. You can do that. And when you start changing thoughts, you start to change energy. When you start to change energy, your body changes because thoughts affect emotions, which affect the energy of the body. So if you're thinking a joyful thought, your body goes into a different energy. When you're thinking joy, it creates a different energy. When you're thinking, oh, I can't do anything right, I'm so sad, your body goes into a completely different energy again. And this time of ascension, there is no middle ground. You have to choose love or fear. Those are the only two choices facing us individually and collectively as a species. Love or fear. Which thoughts are love? Which thoughts are fear? Choose wisely, because it's going to determine your experience for the rest of the lifetime that you're in and subsequently, right? Right? Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, Vertical. Let's see if we've got any questions over here on encourage your viewers. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm still learning to do that. Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll go back over here. So we got Christopher, Adam. Hi, Adam. Adam's asking, what exactly does the planets contain specific qualities of energy? For example, Venus deals with sensuality, sexuality. Yeah, he says, he's saying that may be true to a small degree, but understand the greater mysteries of your planets are best to be understood if you understand the simple mechanisms of how you function creatively. Then things in your environment take upon a different relationship to you when you are in a different energy. If you are in an energy of joy and vitality, the way you will perceive things in the world around you will be through that lens. If you choose to perceive things through the eye of disappointment and uncertainty, then you'll experience things in that lens. And if you've never experienced joy, then you will try to find something out there that will give you that, which is what many of you suffer from now. Many of you are trying to get your joy and your freedom and your happiness from outside of you. And that is almost impossible to do, except temporarily. You might get some sense pleasure that will give you a pleasure in your body that will take away your attention from your suffering for a very short time. But many of you have to learn to understand that you are able to generate and stimulate creative energies that will liberate you from suffering much easier than things outside of you. But these planets, again, whatever you will assign to them as an energy will become your experience. It is the same as when you are with somebody that you care about, you assign certain thoughts and emotions to that perception, and you begin to experience your relationship with that one and that energy. So be mindful of what you will assign as attributes to anything. For the moment you make an assignment of attributes to anything, you generate by nature an energy that you experience, and that thing by association may become that which you think is causing you to feel a certain way. But no, it is your thought that generates your energy that causes you to experience time and space in the fashion that you all do. Wow. Thank you, Adam. Great question. Hi, Diane. Hi, Gina. Yes, wonderful. Do it with love. You know, when people are making that transition, when the soul is making a transition from biology to matter again, they don't have the same personality, because the personality is based on the body identity. They'll bring emotional experience with them, but they will not bring that personality forward in the same way. So one thing a person needs when they're transitioning out of the body is they just need to know it's going to be okay. You're going to be totally fine. The body is not who you are. It's just the instrument you're leaving. You came into it, you're going to leave from it. And the more conscious a person becomes of that reality, the easier the transition is for them, because you're not your body. Your body's an instrument to use. But that's wonderful news. Hi, Joel. Good to see you again. Hello, Yolanda. Yes. Let's see here. Question from Diane. Any message from my guides or angels for me? Michael's just laughing and saying, we come here to share with you very specific information, and you still think you have not received the message that you requested. All of you that are here to hear this today have come here to hear this today. If you have not heard, that is a matter of your opening your ears to hear and opening your eyes to see. But what you have requested has been delivered. What you have requested has been delivered. Nothing, he says nothing goes unanswered. When you talk to your guides, your angels, nothing goes unanswered. It's a matter of whether or not you're paying attention, you can hear or see the information that's being presented to you, right? Very fascinating. Question from Joel. I'm in joy, love, kindness. Can't understand my children's indifference. Could you explain this? He's saying, don't worry about your children's indifference or you will become indifferent. Understand that they are in their creative process. You did not come here to live their life or to have your life approved of by them. You came here to experience the function of the delightfulness of creation, learning to create your experiences. There are many that would delight in what you are. Do not depend upon those that would not delight in that. Why would you stay in a house where you are not welcome? Is it not better to go to those who would welcome you with open arms? Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, that again, that indifference is partly because they're caught up in their own personalized reality of what things are. They cannot conceive of anything other than what they have in their own mind. And this is a challenge that humanity is facing right now, that most of us are stuck in this mindset that this is the way it is and we can't change it. And nothing could be further from the truth. We are divine creators, all of us, every one of us, made in the image and likeness of a divine creator. Isn't that fascinating? Made in the image and likeness of a divine creator. I love that. Hi, guys. Hi, Elisa's asking, can I get a reading? Firesman's also saying, seeing light rings coming from my third eye. That's wonderful. Yeah, for if you learn that proper breathing technique, how to stimulate your pineal gland into activity, you can connect and communicate with many dimensions, many beings. If you learn how to activate that antenna, your pineal gland is an antenna for different frequencies of information and knowledge. And as for, so she's asking, who's in here? Hi, Elisa. Elisa's asking for a reading. Yeah, if you want to get a reading with me, Elisa, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and you can book a reading with me there. I have half-hour readings. I have 1-hour readings, so you can book a reading with me there. If you want a short message today, no problem. Ask a question. Anybody, you can ask a question. I'll get your questions. I'll answer them as best as I can, right? I'll let whoever's coming to come through for you. How are we doing here? Wonderful. I got about enough time for 2 or 3 more questions, and we'll head out. But I hope you guys are getting this message that Michael's given us today, that you don't have to hold on to old emotions anymore. And many people carry emotions from lifetimes past. And learning how to pull your attention away from old emotions and how to create new emotions is a very important skill to develop. On what they teach you on news stations, they teach you to focus on what they want you to focus on. So you can't learn or remember your own creative process if you're always dependent on somebody or something out there to tell you what to think or what not to think. How can you ever create the life you want to create for yourself, right? So open yourself to new information, new ideas that's beyond what you know, so that you can get out of your suffering, because your suffering is not necessary. I learned that the hard way. Thank you so much. Hi, Krista. Good to see you. Hi, guys. Let's see here. Oh, question from Michelle for Archangel Michael. Did I choose this life? He says yes, right away, of course. And my childhood based on past lifetimes. He says you didn't choose consciously. He's saying you chose it unconsciously, as many of you do. You must become conscious of your power to generate experiential reality through the function of thought and emotion. When you understand that, then you're not bound by your past anymore. You won't be bound by your past anymore if you understand that you as awareness have the ability to choose thought, to relinquish thought, to release thought, to generate emotion, to release emotion. As awareness, you can do this. To place your attention on the favorable life that you would enjoy to experience, that would be very wise use of your actions right now. What would be a very wise use of your thinking? That you are dynamic and beautiful, that you are here to bring a special gift that you came here to bring to this earth, that you are beautiful, wonderful, compassionate, and kind. Give your thought to those things that will liberate you from all suffering. For you can do this. You can do this. You can liberate yourself from all suffering. All of you. All of you. Wow, great question, Michelle. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Okay, guys, listen. I want to thank you guys for coming out today. I'm trying to see what we got going on over here. What's that mean? Yeah. Let's see what I'm gonna try a few things here on TikTok. What's that mean? Explore. I can explore. Oh, I can explore things. That's cool. Yeah, I'm still learning about the process of TikTok, as it's a fairly new modality for me. But they said I had to do that. I had to get the information out to as many people as possible. Did not come here to suffer. None of you. Wonderful. Oh, a question from Alicia. Last question of the morning, folks. If our bodies are so intrinsically designed to heal physically, so we don't have to tell them to heal, they just do. Why do we have to direct the mind and body to be liberated from suffering? Because yes, because the mind stimulates energy into matter. The mind stimulates energy into matter. Thought generates energy into matter. The natural regenerative capabilities of your body are interfered with by what you already know. Yes, your body, all of you know on some level that your body is designed to live far longer than you understand it. But much of what is in your mind from this world interferes with that. You have thoughts, you have emotions, you have ideas that create other emotions that degrade and suppress the life function in your biology. But you can alter that too by altering and changing the function of your thought, and therefore altering and changing the energy that your biology can work with and be stimulated by or diminished by. Wow, thank you, Alicia. That's a great question. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you so much, guys. So we'll say, have yourselves a wonderful, joyful day. Join us for open Q&A on Friday. I also want to remind you that Con Night is running a weekly program, I think Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout this week. It's a free meditation process. You can go join him, and the link to Con Night's events, or at least his website, which will have the events, is in the description box below any one of my videos. It's one of the channels that we like to follow. So I hope you'll go out and avail yourself of these free meditations that are being offered. Con Night's working with us as well. So have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the new year, which will be, no, not the new year, it'll be Friday. And then we'll see you next year after that. Also, for those of you that are interested in learning how to become a medium or practicing medium, you can go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, and check out our Masterclass program there to help train you in that journey. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will look forward to seeing you guys on Friday at 10 a.m. on Shortcuts for Your Soul. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day. Bye for now.